Hello, this is Gator Boy. We're live. We're going to do some straight talk here. Well, as we know, today is the election. Everybody goes out to the polls and votes. This is probably going to be one of the most tightest elections that we've ever been in and have. You know, the election today is vitally important for America's future. Why do I say that? Because America is to a place where we've never been before. We're so divided. We're so split. We have different factions and different groups saying that this is the way it should be. Well, this is just my opinion, and I think the average American's opinion, the true American, the one that works hard every day for his money, and the one that sweats, and it's the bottom line is the government-controlled media is not going to tell you the whole truth. They're going to tell you what they want you to know. If you do your homework, both candidates are really, really not fit for the office of the White House. But as it would have it, the only one that is capable at this time, in my opinion, even though they're not fit, is Donald Trump. Why did I say that? Because he's not a Washington establishment. He's not a Washington insider. See, Washington is broken, and it needs to be fixed. And I think what scares people about Donald Trump is he's actually going to do what he says he's going to do, unlike politicians in the past. And how would he do that? It's real simple. He would do that by using the things that Obama used, called the executive orders, to supersede Congress. See, President Obama used more executive orders than any other president ever in the in the history of this country. And that's the thing. In order for you to get what you want to accomplish, sometimes you have to use executive orders. Another thing I want to point out is that, we can't blame anybody but ourselves. The American people can't blame anybody but ourselves. Why? Because we place people in office, in the Senate and in the House. And that's the reason Washington is broke, because the American people broke it. You say, well, now you're dogging the American people. No, I'm just telling you how it is. It's called straight talk. And you can be mad at me if you want to, and I really don't care if you're mad or you're not. But the bottom line is, the reason this country's in the way it's in is because American people have gotten so lax in saying, well, we want the government to control everything. We want the government to handle everything. The original intent of the government was to create a national militia, a national army, to fight our enemies that come onto this great country's soil. That is the only thing and the only reason that the government was supposed to be created. It wasn't to be created to tax us. It wasn't be created to tell us what to do. It was created to create a militia so that this great nation could be protected. That was its only job as the government. Nothing more, nothing less. But we've allowed the government to get bigger and bigger and bigger and control more and more of our lives. I personally don't want the government telling me what to do. I personally don't want the government in my business. And the bottom line is the election day here is the most important thing. I just saw a report on Fox News and live that the Trump campaign is suing one of the Nevada county's supervisor of elections because they were allowing people to vote after the polls closed. Now, if it comes to find that is true, then that is cheating, because once the polls close, nobody else is allowed to vote. And if that's the case, then maybe Donald Trump's a statement that the election's rigged, that may be true. But we'll have to see how that turns out. That was just filed just today in court, as a matter of fact. And another thing is, how can we elect a person into the White House that is a criminal? She's being investigated by the FBI, and I'm talking about Hillary Clinton. And if you follow her track record and you do studies, not what the press tells you, not what the government-controlled media tells you, but if you do your own homework, you will see that she is a member of the United States Communist Party. She is being supported by the United States Communist Party. Also, the email scandal, Benghazi, Whitewater, when her husband was president, all these things, she has blood on her hands. Do we really want somebody in the White House that has blood on their hands? Oh, yes. Now, I'm not going to just pick on her. Let's go to Trump, too. But this kind of makes me wonder. Trump is accused of fondling women. Okay? I'm not saying that it didn't happen, but I want y'all to think. I want y'all to use your heads for a minute. Why all of a sudden is it coming out 1 month before the polls open? 1 month. The campaign's been going on a year and a half, but this stuff is just now coming out. Makes you kind of wonder, doesn't it? Well, I'll tell you why I think it came out a month before the polls. Because they're scared of Trump. See, everybody's scared of change. Me personally, I want change. I want change for the better. I want it back the way it was when Reagan was president, back when I was growing up as a kid, when you had hospitality, when manners were still in effect, and all of those things. And everybody's talking about, well, if Trump gets elected, I'm going to leave the United States of America. Well, I'll tell you what I'll do. You give me a call, and I'll buy you a plane ticket and help you pack. Because this is the greatest country in the world, regardless. And all I'm saying is get out there and vote. Get out there and tell people that you want change. And Hillary's not the one that's going to change things. It's going to be the same old thing in Washington with Hillary. That's my opinion. Okay, I could be wrong. She could go in there and change the whole, everything around. But with her track record proves different. It's like I always say, you can say things at your mouth, but your actions speak a whole lot louder than words. And her actions in the past have proven that she is a diehard liberal. She's a diehard progressive. And to be progressive means you're moving into communism. If you study the progressive movement, you'll see that before Hitler came in power, before Mussolini became in power, before Napoleon Bonaparte became in power, all these big leaders that were progressive, and before communism came, it all turned out to ended up being communism. It's a bottom line is, okay, it's okay to have social programs, it's okay to have socialist style government, but when you let that socialist style government become communism, that's when it's bad. Just wake up, people, wake up and see that Hillary's not good for the country. And like I said, I think we're damned if we do, damned if we don't. If Trump becomes president, there'll be things we don't like that he does. If Hillary becomes president, we can kiss all our freedoms goodbye. No more freedoms if Hillary becomes president. So I just wanted to let everybody know that I'm watching this today, and I may come back on tomorrow and do a little something. I do a show once a week, but I may come on tomorrow and do a little something. I'm live right now, so I'm rambling, but that's just the way I do it. So I encourage you to get out there and vote, even though the Electoral College is what actually votes the president. It's 500 and some odd people that actually vote for the president. But I would get out there and show your support for whichever candidate you support. I'm not going to tell you you're wrong if you support Hillary. And I'm not going to tell you you're wrong if you support Trump. But in my opinion, Trump is the best candidate right now out there, because Hillary will be the same old, the same old Washington politics. And Trump didn't have to do this. In fact, he said that he never wanted to run for president. But he said he got to the point where the America's in such bad shape that he decided to take that risk and put everything on the line. Because believe it or not, you're putting everything on the line when you run for president. Your whole past is exposed. You're exposed. Everything about you is exposed. So he's taking a big risk. A man that's worked hard all his life. A man that has supported his family and supported causes all his life. He had to put his reputation on the line, to put his hard-earned money and his hard-earned reputation on the line for it to be slandered and ruined. I mean, who would want to do that? I mean, unless you really cared about your country. So think about that. And as I sign off today, I just want to say, get out there and vote. Get out there and say, I want to make a difference. I'm not going to tell you who to vote for. That's up to you. But all I'm saying is, don't let this government-controlled media and all these things sway you. Bottom line is, if me and you broke the law, we would go to jail. We would be arrested. Hillary Clinton's broken the law on several occasions and has yet to be arrested. So just think about that. Think about that when you go out to vote. I'll be watching this close. Everyone have a good day. And check us out on Zello.com, Zello.com. You can check out the VIP Lounge, Zello VIP Lounge. You can also check out Nonstop Talk and Ring of Fire. So with that being said, everybody have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're at. And this is Gator Boy. Until next time, catch you later.